Hello, Paul here from the Open Mind Institute. In this video, I want to talk to you about self-sabotaging behaviors because we all have them and they can act as an anchor to the attainment of our long-term goals, to the flourishing of our potential. Now, just before I did this video, I thought about this and I think there's way too much to cover in just a few minutes. So what I'll be doing is breaking this into a series or into a segment of 3 short videos. So in this video, we're going to look at what self-sabotage is. In the next one, we will be doing some deep diving and looking at how these behaviors have come about, how they have become automated. And more importantly, I think in the last video, you're really going to get some value in that we're going to look at what can we do to overcome our self-sabotaging behaviors. So let's discuss right now, what is self-sabotage? Well, as I said, we all have these self-sabotaging behaviors, but ultimately they are a set of behaviors that have become automated. There's a definite pattern there. They arise when certain triggers take place in our physical realm, and they are problematic because they are at the expense, as I mentioned, at the expense of our long-term goals. So we habitually engage in, instant gratification in these set of behaviors, knowing logically at the back of our mind that we are really compromising, what we want to achieve out of life, compromising our long-term goals, yet we still engage in them, right? Because there is a reward in that habit loop, yeah? And there's negative and positive reinforcement. A reward doesn't always have to be positive, right? We can engage in these self-sabotaging behaviors to protect us, yeah? Because when you peel back the layers of the onion, what you will arrive at is at that primal emotion of fear, yeah? And there are so many of them. Fear of judgment, fear of abandonment, fear of not being loved. And I can go on and on. And so we automate these behaviors to really, as almost a bit of a distraction. Sometimes it's to numb the pain. But let me just give you some examples of what self-sabotage looks like, and perhaps you can relate to a few of these. Procrastination is a massive one. Yeah, putting things off, knowing we might have an important deadline, but yet engaging in short-term activities, whether it's, watching Netflix or, watching pornography, right? There's a whole range of things that we engage in that we're putting off at the expense of what we really have to do. And we know it's doing us injustice, yet we still engage in them. Another one is being a people pleaser, right? The inability to say no, right? Taking on more work when we are ourselves spinning many plates, perhaps of, the fear that we might be letting people down, or the fear that we'll be judged if, we are to be seen that we can't take on these tasks. And a really common one is around addiction. Yeah, so many people have the self-sabotaging behaviors of substance addiction, irrespective of what the substance might be, whether it's drugs, alcohol, pornography, but yet they still engage in them. So right now, I want you to think about what your self-sabotaging behaviors are. And then I want you to think about, and even better, write down what your triggers are. That is, what has to occur in your world for your self-sabotage to come into effect. And that will hold you in good stead for the next video, which will again be looking at how these behaviors have actually come about. So that's it for now. My name's Paul. Always keep an open mind, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Cheers.